Hi, this is Nicholas Vince, and you're listening to the Metal Hand of God podcast.
And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and that fine gentleman on the other side of the world is...
The Rum Guy.
And we have the one, the only, returning for the fourth time, Michael Del Pizzo from Sunflower Dead. What's up, dude?
Damn, 4 times. Right on. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Oh, great, man. Great. I'm glad to have you back, dude. You're always fun to have on the show.
Cool, man. I'm always stoked to be on it for sure.
So, as we were talking a minute ago, so you guys are stuck at home, like the rest of the fucking world. We can't do a goddamn thing, really.
But you're writing a new album.
That's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah, which was pretty much our plan anyway. So it really hasn't. I mean, we did get all our touring for May and June canceled, and probably August too. But we were going to be writing a new record at this time anyway, so it didn't really change our plans. It just changed life. You know,
Gotcha.
So, but in a weird way, it's kind of given us a lot of time to write some cool songs and really focus without having to do other stuff. So that's not the worst thing, but I mean, is touring going to open back up? Our venue is going to be open this year. I don't know. You hear all these different reports, so we're just going to keep following the rules. So,
according to Wayne, what'd you say that Louisiana's doing?
Wayne doing tours? Oh, we canceled everything.
Canceled everything.
Like our Jazz Fest, like our giant Jazz Fest is canceled. Essence Fest is canceled.
Yeah.
And I don't even know about since we have our we have an affiliation now with the Fillmore New Orleans, and I don't even know if we're gonna have any shows for that because of that right now. Like I don't know if they're gonna even book anything. I know they're doing this live stream thing right now, which is pretty fucking cool. Like they're putting on shows and you can, Vimeo or whatever to watch them. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, what direction is this new album that you're working on going in?
It seems to be an even a darker and heavier version of Coma, like where we were going there. And then, so what happened was at the end of last year, we got back from the Scott Stapp tour and we demoed a couple songs. Cause our process is kind of like, we always see where we're at, see what we want to do, write a couple songs and just kind of dip our toes in writing and see what's coming out. And the first couple songs usually come out kind of lame. So we wrote 3 songs, we demoed them, and one of them came out really good. And 2 of them were good, but not really the direction we felt like going, but they're still cool songs, so right on. Then we went on tour and did the Sons of Texas tour before the world shut off, and we came back kind of invigorated or reinvigorated and kind of with a really sharp direction of where we were going, and we're like, you know what, we need to do some stuff that's crushing and heavy and musical and is the next step after Coma. And we came home, we've written 10 songs since, and we're just kind of demoing them out now, and they're all really cool. We've been able to get the piano back in one of them, which is cool for me.
Wow.
The accordion is back, even though we never stopped doing it live. The accordion was not on Coma, but it will be on this record. And we're also doing a cover song on this record like we did on our first album. So we're recording a cover, and it's come out really good so far. So we'll see, but so far so good. I mean, the thing is are we going to put out a record? Are we going to put out a single? Are we going to put out an EP? I don't know, but we're just writing a bunch of songs.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. What's the can you give us a hint of what the cover might be?
No.
No.
He's
no, because what
fuck you, man. Why
demo it out and it sucks, No, it's no. I'm not going to give you a hint, but it's not any current artist because if anybody reads my social media, I'm not really interested in current pop music. It's not really doing anything for me. So
well, honestly,
we can guarantee it's not going to be a Lizzo song then.
No, hell no, definitely not. No.
I would love to see you sing a Lizzo song.
Yeah, I mean, God bless her, and I'm glad she's successful, but hell no, I'm not doing that stuff.
Oh, come on, man! Now I'm disappointed.
Well, if this is going to be a heavier, or equally, if not a little bit more heavier than Coma, this is going to be a heavy album. That's for
really.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a heavy record. I mean, unless we submit our demos and all the radio people that we work with, they're like, "Oh my God, what are you guys doing?" But the way I see what we're writing is going to be heavier, and I guess we're more. Where on the last record we were agitated, on this one, me and Jabu are very really focused on making sure what we do comes across, and we'll come across great live and move the crowd. I think that's kind of where we are, and not in a happy way, in a pummeling way. So
good.
Again, we're focusing more on the emotion and the weighted lyrics, and making sure the riffs are really cool and stuff like that. So far so good. We're stoked, and yeah, it's just been kind of pouring out of us. And since we're on no timeline per se, we can kind of take our time and make sure we're happy with the songs we do, because at this point, that's all I really care about, is that we're happy.
Right.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
And man, and like you said, with all this time we have, you get to be able to do a lot of things. Like with the show, like with this podcast, we did a whole bunch of revamping the things and websites and this and that. And, just because we have so much time, and me being off of work now for because of this crap for 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been a hell of a day.
Time is cool. It's wonderful, even though it seems like, at the end of the day, I'm so bored sometimes that sleep is boring to me. But, I mean, I'm literally laying in bed like, oh my God, I don't even want to sleep. This is so boring. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not sick. I have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
So I try and keep it in perspective.
Yeah. And then, on my end, I got a 4-year-old that runs around and beats the shit out of me all day. So
well, that's pretty cool.
He never lets me sleep. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good
now,
kid.
Is this album going to be a would you say there's a underlying theme to what you're doing right now, or is it on a song per song basis? Would you say
song per song basis? And I don't really think we're ever going to be the type of band that does that, like a concept record or things like that, because I don't really lyrically. I mean, I don't want to write a play. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I have to really each song, each musical composition we come out with, it kind of guides me lyrically, and I just have to go into that world. I would be hard pressed to think that we would ever have like a group of 10 songs that put me in the same spot lyrically.
So no Operation Mindcrime from you guys.
Nope, not from us. Right, no, I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to. I love theater, and maybe I should have been in theater, but I don't want to write a play, man. I want to. I'm always looking for that perfect song that sums up. I just want to write the perfect song of me and Jabu's career, and that's what we're always trying to do. Like, oh my God, this is the one. This is the one that people are gonna go, I'm so sick of that fucking song. It's so big, it's so classic. That's the song that I want. That's what we're always striving for.
Fuck yeah.
And that's the one I want, and the one that's just better than everything else. It's like Sweet Child of Mine, even though I love All Guns N' Roses, but it's that one, the one that made them fucking huge. Like, that's the song that I want.
That or Paradise City. Those two fucking songs have been hammered into my head for years.
And everybody's sick of them, but you know how great they are.
Oh yeah, they're fucking incredible songs. But it's like, do I want to hear it right now? No.
Yeah, do I want to hear it again? Exactly. But I want people to be so sick of our best song ever, when it comes out. So that's really the goal, to make people sick of it.
And that's a good goal to have, man. It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're having a great time, right? It's been pretty fun. Not a lot of arguments. Been pretty cool and laid back, and he keeps coming out with genius riff after genius riff, and I'm like, damn, that's super cool. And some stuff I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I could sing to that, but it's really cool.
Well, don't tell him that stuff. It'll make his head big, and then he'll just be like a diva all the time.
You know what? I long for the day when either me and him can be a diva and not have to do everything from do all the work, the performing, the merch, the driving, the loading, the unloading, the booking the tours, working with the radio people, working with the promo people, doing all of it ourselves. I look for the day when we can diva out a little bit and maybe like just have 10 minutes to go eat dinner before we play or something.
Well, that's why you got a drummer. Isn't that what the drummer's supposed to do?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, the drummers always go, God, all you carrying is a microphone? That's what my drummer always told me, because I was a singer, so he'd bitch at me because I was carrying the microphone in instead of helping him.
You know what? I carry so much damn gear. I even, when we're direct support to a band and the stages are small and we can't stage the drums on stage, right before we play, I'm literally warming up while I'm handing the drums to my drummer.
Yeah, you have to.
You always got to help out. I mean, I know there's some people that have that myth the singer doesn't do anything, but
yeah.
I wish I was that guy.
Me too. I hated my drum. One of my old drummers used to have a damn rack system. I hated that fucking thing.
Yeah, racks suck, dude. I mean, unless you got roadies and a truck to roll in, racks suck ass.
Right? He had this fucking gigantic rack, and then he had a goddamn thing we used to call the coffin, which was like this big roll box full of his hardware. That thing had to weigh 200 pounds, man. I was like,
and you know what?
Stupid.
They think it's faster, but it's not. It's slower to set up on stage. It's faster to just bring up a bunch of stands and boom, 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 pop them on a rug.
I agree.
Only 2 guys in the world right now complain about a gigantic rack. That's just fucked up.
Oh, there we go. I see what you did.
Yeah. and the pun guy strikes again.
A giant metallic or aluminum drum rack because fuck drummers.
So before all the, as you elegantly put it, before the world came to a screeching stop.
Yeah.
You were playing a lot of shows, and you guys been busy, always on top of the game. What have you been seeing out there musically around you? Have you been opening or opening up your doors to other bands coming with you guys on tours and stuff like that? I mean, have you seen anybody interesting and new that you can throw a shout out to right now?
I'll tell you what, we just did a month tour with the guys in Sons of Texas. They took us out. And those dudes are the raddest dudes ever in the history of the world. I mean, the nicest dudes, the easiest to tour with, the easiest to hang out with. Real musicians that get up there and play their ass off, are super tight. I mean, these dudes were awesome. I love watching them, and I love being on tour with them every single night. What a great experience. And I don't say that a lot about, a lot of artists, but they were super cool. But they're the real deal. They're not up there faking it. They're not press and play on a pre-recorded music. They're up there playing. And it was an awesome tour for both of us to just be around another band that is actually playing, because everybody likes to pretend like they're doing it, but the truth is a lot of them are only half doing it, kind of.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to be there seems to be a lot of easy outs for a lot of bands right now, and technology's made it easy to cheat. That's the problem.
Oh,
it is. And, everyone's got to deal with their own pressure. Hey, guess what? If you got to get up in an arena and do a 2-hour show every night as a vocalist, it's hard. And I get it. Your voice is tired, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It's just not for me. But I've toured with bands that do it, and it's for them, and I respect that. It's just not for me. I would hate it for me. But maybe if I was touring in arenas and I had to do a 2-hour show every night, I'd be telling you guys I love it because I get to cheat, and my voice isn't worn out. I don't know. You back in the day, seeing some concerts, and you always expect. The sound you get on a lot of times on albums, which is always an interesting thing when I hear you guys play live, I've heard recordings you guys doing it live and everything, and then to hear your albums, you guys are completely tight. Everything is spot on. It just sounds great. But like you said about doing the arenas and sometimes doing it like 2 hours a night and stuff like that. I remember going to concerts. Oh my God. I've seen, and the guys, you knew they were exhausted from touring, knew they were. And then they would be like, all right, well, what we're going to do this, they just do something weird. Like this is going to be a spoken word version of our great songs. They would just do the most random shit. And it was awesome because it was an interesting experience. Some people got mad, some people didn't, but, yeah, I mean, it's technology's made it a little bit easy to a point, but I mean, when you got to kill it every night, I can see how it would get exhausting. Yeah, I mean, it makes it easy every night until that technology turns off while you're playing. And I've seen that a couple times, and I go, oh.
Oh, jeez. Pulls a Milli Vanilli on it.
But then again, when you do it, when you really do it for real, your voice can give out, and that happens too. So it just, there's always push and pull with everything. All I know is for me is, we like to just kind of show you where we are at that evening, the best we can be at that evening. And some evenings it's not that good, but it's just the best you can do, because literally it's like, hey, if you got a throat infection and you didn't cancel the show, still got to sing it, right? So you do the best you absolutely can.
Oh yeah, dude. I've played shows where I was so sick, I would like put a bucket in the corner. I threw up in the bucket and kept going. And I was like, you just got to go, man. I mean, we already headed. We had a band playing from out of town. I wasn't gonna fucking screw these poor guys because we didn't show. These guys were coming in to play with us. So I was like, okay, well, we'll do it. I mean, I'm sick, but I don't care. We'll push through as far as I can. So I did. And they appreciated it. We gave them the whole fucking door. We didn't care. It was just like, we're doing it to help these guys. Awesome. We're from here, So it's like, we wanted to make that connection and be friends with these guys. And we did. We still are, And it's like, it's just one of those things.
That's the only way to do it. Unless, you have COVID or something, then, nobody's doing anything.
right. Oh, shit.
That's not going to be the name of the new album, is it?
No.
If you got COVID and shit.
We're not writing the pandemic song or the quarantine song. I'm sure you're going to get about 1 million of those, and everyone's going to think they're writing the genius song that, oh my God, we wrote the song that expresses what it's like to be in quarantine, but we're not doing that. I could give a shit about that. I'm going to write what I write, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not. Fuck it. I'm not changing shit.
No.
I don't care. I never write about current topics or where the world is, because fuck you. I'm gonna write about myself.
Right.
That's the way I think.
And wait. We had a group on recently from Australia. The name of the band is Dreg. Really good guys. They're kind of like a hip hop metal mix.
Okay.
And the singer was telling us, he was like, yeah, he says, because we were asking him how's his writing going since he's been stuck in, quarantine. He goes, man, I haven't got shit written. He says, because nothing is really coming to me. I don't want to be the guy to write a quarantine song.
He does, but you know what? I know the people that are going to do it. I know which douchebags are going to fucking do it. They'll probably make a lot of money, but I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, dude. He already said, he named 3 hip hop guys that had already put out COVID songs in the last week, and I'm going, are you fucking kidding me? He goes, no. He said it's a little too early to even know what I feel about this shit.
Yeah, right. What do I feel? Yeah.
That's
well,
so
you know crazy. What? Someone's going to capitalize on it. A lot of people are going to capitalize on this stuff, but
man.
I'm just going to keep on doing me, and that's it, and that's that. And I am running out of stuff to watch, though. I'm really searching on television and Netflix and all that shit to find shit to watch, but.
Netflix?
Did you watch?
Really good show.
Go ahead. What you got, Rob? What you got? I was going to say, did you watch Lock and Key yet?
No, I mean, I'm not too in to the magic stuff, and I read the thing, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me, but a couple people said it's pretty cool.
It's a good show. I'm almost finished the first season, but it's if you read the comic, you're gonna hate it. I love the comic book. The comic book is incredible. It's written by what's his name's son? Fuck, I can't think of his name. Guy wrote Cujo.
Stephen King?
Yes, it's his son who wrote it. And it's very good. It's like his dad's stuff. It's really eerie. It's a very good. It's a very good comic.
Maybe I'll try it out.
The show is a little different, but it's still
maybe
good.
I'll like the show, but I don't read anything.
Yeah, you probably like the show. It's good. It's a good horror.
I was gonna recommend, if you like a nice, good, puzzling murder mystery, there's a show on there called Border Town. And Border Town, it takes place in Poland.
I watched it.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I haven't seen that one. I have to go look at that one, man. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was real good.
Were you one of the 8 bajillion people that watched Tiger King?
Hell yeah, I watched that.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And you know what? It made me feel good about my life.
Right.
Because those people, all of them, are the worst of humanity. And I was just like, I feel awesome about myself because I don't do any of this stupid shit. Now, I would love to hold a baby tiger, but not the way they're doing. I mean, it's like, but no, I was like, I feel good. And then I watched this thing that's really old from 10 years ago called the wonderful and wild whites of West Virginia.
That's incredible.
They're even worse.
That thing is probably one of the most incredible, like, documentary, whatever the fuck it is, things I've ever seen. When the woman is in the fucking hospital after giving birth to the baby and she's smoking in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I'm going,
no. And then they're doing Viking or whatever they were chopping up and snorting. Right
yes.
Yeah. And then they're crying because CPS took the baby. I'm like, what do you think they're going to do?
That was the wildest shit I've ever seen. And then this Tiger King came out, and I'm like, what the fuck? These people still exist in the world.
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? Tiger King's, even the wonderful whites, that's a lot of methamphetamine going on.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of meth.
Oh, so. Yeah, man. And
wow.
It's a good...
Spoiler alert. Thanks for spoiler alert.
Rum is one of those guys that are holding out for, the Tiger King. He's not going to watch it, he said. So.
I'm not watching it. I won't do it.
Oh, because it's so popular. You know what? It's so easy and stupid, and it's such like bad, dumb entertainment, but yet you're going to be so intrigued, and it goes by so fast, the 7 episodes, that you're just like, I can't believe people are like, they live this way. You're just going, oh my God. And that's why, you're going to do it because you're going to feel good about your life. So just do it for that.
It's true, Rum. Like, after I watched it, first thing I thought was, I reached over and I was like, man, my wife didn't try to kill me. I have all my teeth. I didn't, like, get coerced into marrying a man for meth.
Oh, my God. I mean, every show, every episode, you're like, oh, my God. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It gets worse and worse as it goes on.
Worse and worse. It doesn't get better.
No,
but it was funny.
My favorite person in the whole fucking show was the dude, the big fat guy.
Oh yeah, with the dude that was riding during Eye of the Tiger.
Yes.
Yeah,
dude, that was the best. That was the best scene in the whole fucking movie.
And you know why it was awesome? Because it was totally unnecessary.
Right.
It had nothing to do with anything. But it was like, wow.
They were like, look, we don't have enough shots of this dude. Go ride a fucking jet ski and we'll play Eye of the Tiger behind you.
Let's go find water and put you on a jet ski. Can you ride in? And then we'll do an Eye of the Tiger montage.
Dude, it's so bad.
Unbelievable. Wow. I mean, wow. You know what? Look, when people look back on 2020 in like 20, 30 years in history, they're just going to go, this is not a political statement because I don't ever talk politics, but Donald Trump is president.
Right.
The world shut down. Tiger King was the biggest thing ever. You literally could go on for hours talking about all the shit that has happened. And no one would ever believe it. They would think it's a script, a bad script.
Yeah. Because it sounds like a horrible movie.
It sounds like a horrible fucking movie. It's just like, oh my. You know what? I knew that shit was really fucked up. Because at first I was like, all right, we got this COVID. It's probably like a flu, like SARS and everything else. Whatever. They'll get on top of it and it won't be a big deal. But when the NBA canceled their season, I looked at Jabu and I went, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about billions of dollars. And then the world shut down, everybody stopped and went, damn, this isn't like a right versus left
no.
This is like the whole world just stopped.
Yeah, it is. And me and Rum were just talking about that. We're talking about the possibilities of like the NFL just shutting down.
Yeah, well, they already talked about how college football is probably not going to happen. So I don't think NFL is going to happen either.
That's so fucking crazy. It's so crazy to have rebroadcasts of old fucking football just to get a football game in,
You know what network I feel the worst for? The Golf Network.
The Golf Network.
No, golf could keep on going because those guys stay 7-8 feet apart from each other.
But the courses are closed because of social gatherings. So
that's true.
There's no. Even in California, they already announced that there'll be no more sports or large gatherings until 2021, regardless of anything. So that means there's no professional sports. There's nothing coming because unless they decide to have them in one, like in baseball, they tried to do a thing where they were going to have it in Arizona.
Yeah, all the teams
quarantined for 4 or 5 months, and all the players were like, "Hell no, we're not doing that."
And then I was telling Justin, I was like, there's the what the WWF or WWE did. They just did their shit without anybody without
any audience.
Yeah, it was so awkward.
Yeah, I bet it was. I wouldn't even watch it, but I bet it was awkward.
Look, I don't normally watch the stuff, okay, at all.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine was like, "Hey, why don't you?" I was like, "Look, I'm bored as fuck. There's nothing to do." And he's got, whatever, WWE Network, and they were doing WrestleMania. So he's like, "You want to watch it?" And I said, "Sure." So he gave me his code, so I watched it. And I mean, it was the most awkward and weird thing I've ever watched, because there's just like two dudes running around going, "Yeah, blah, blah," and it echoes, because it's like
performing like they're in front of an audience.
They were
their show. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about all the overabundance of live performances of bands on social media. But at the same time, I think, like, okay, if you do it once in a while, it's cool because it's special. Maybe do an acoustic thing, and then maybe do like a full band thing, or do a couple songs you haven't done. That's special for people. But I see bands doing it like every other day. They're like, here's our rehearsal again. It's like,
I get
really?
tired. I get tired of that. I mean, I have friends, and I support my friends, and I'll share their stuff whenever they put their stuff up there, and I think they're all great musicians and this and that. Yeah. But when you post a video every day, I don't need to see you play it every day. I mean, every day. It's not that it's not. It doesn't give that mystique and special stuff to it. But yeah, like I said, dude, it was the weirdest situation to watch these guys perform in an empty room, and they perform like they are, in like a million-pack stadium. And the first thing I thought was, now you know how you feel, bitch. Now you know how it feels to play in front of nobody.
Yeah,
because none of those guys have ever done that.
No.
It's like. I know you guys probably had it when you guys were first starting out, when you playing in front of like.
We'll do shows on a Tuesday night, on our own in some city we've never been to, and you're not playing in front of a lot of people, and you're like, well, you still give it to the people that are there. You
damn right.
It happens for sure.
Damn right. You push it and push and push it, no matter how many people are there.
That's right. It's the only way it's got to be. I mean, that's live music to me. It has to be that way.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. This is the moment. The big moment that the curling industry has been waiting for.
You're a fucking moron.
With the sport, it's the most underrated sport. There's two fat guys somewhere in Canada cracking a Molson, going, "Now's our time, brother. Now's our time."
We got to figure out how to do this with social distancing, because we have to be far apart. And, we have to clean off the. I don't even know what the rocks are. I watched a documentary on that shit, and I still don't understand it.
A fucking sweeper.
Yeah, right. I was like, but it's whatever. If that people have fun with it and they're successful, that's cool.
Speaking of stuff that was on Netflix, did you watch Brew Brothers yet?
No, no. Jabu, you watched it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's okay. It makes me want to start a brewery.
Yeah, same here. Same here. It wasn't so bad. It was actually pretty funny. Like, they had some funny parts in it, but it really made me want to, like, man, let's do this. This looks like it's fun.
All right, I'll have to check that out. I haven't even crossed paths with that yet.
I got a couple IPAs after that.
You can't do that, man. According to them, that's a bad beer.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Is that the talented diva in the room?
It is.
Yeah, that's him.
That's me.
Okay.
The diva has risen. He finally said something.
Yeah.
I had to go out and get the food.
Yeah.
All right.
I said, hey, go get our Uber Eats. It's here, and then
I'm the intern.
Yeah. It's very rare that we let Jabu talk in an interview or anything, because he'll say some goofy ass shit. So
all the time.
Completely understand, man. God, that's what they do at me. They don't want me to talk much either.
He's playing with my Hulk.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, is that the actual Hulk, or is he making that voice? I was like, I'm impressed.
That's him. I got this Hulk that says like 15 different things on my desk.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Press it, he talks to you. We press it all day long. We ask some questions, and he answers.
Well, that's a way of getting through life.
That's how you write your record, right?
Exactly.
Should I use this riff? Yes, Hulk smash!
Exactly.
So what are you guys doing for fun besides sitting around doing nothing?
Nothing.
Really?
I mean, you know what? Because what's crazy is that, it was raining for like a month straight here, which is odd for Southern California. So it's not like you could even go out and like walk around or exercise or anything. So we were like,
the song even says it never rains in California.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Lies.
Sure, it has been lately. I haven't been doing much. You watch all this. You watch television. You watch the crazy news, which is completely nuts. And then we come in here and we work on music, and just paying bills and living life by doing nothing.
Well, hey, I guess it's the new norm.
It's the new norm, yeah. It's the new thing. What are you doing tonight? Nothing. Me too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everybody's like. Hey, what you doing? What you did this weekend? Absolutely nothing. What the fuck did you do this weekend? I built a house. That's what I did.
I mean, Taboo will text me and be like, "Hey, what are you watching on Netflix? Maybe I'll check it out because maybe I'll stumble upon something, or on Prime." That's what I do. Like, let me find. Like right now, I've been watching the Wu-Tang documentary, and I watched the Wu-Tang series in American Saga. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for stuff.
I tried to watch the Saga thing.
And
I couldn't get through I was just like, okay, I love the Wu-Tang Clan. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, that was not what I was looking forward to. I was just kind of like, this is a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I actually like the documentary on Showtime better. It's a 4-part documentary.
Okay.
And that's like real footage and real stuff, and it's really cool. I've watched 2 episodes so far, and it's pretty bitchy.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I really dig this. So that's good. It's another thing I was watching too. Was like I said, I'm not a huge wrestling fan at all, but there was like this fucking Vice did a whole series called the Dark Side of the Ring. And it's like all the really fucked up stories in wrestling. Like they did a 2-part on goddamn, what's his name? Who killed his wife and kid and hung himself?
Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
I think it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a 2-part story about that. They did like Jimmy Superfly Snuka. They talk about all the, like, because he killed somebody, and he killed somebody, and he did. He got away with it and died recently. It was crazy. It was just a whole bunch of crazy shit.
Wrestling is a tough business.
It is.
It's no joke. I don't care what anyone says. It's a tough life to live.
It's got to be. I mean,
those guys beat the shit out of themselves.
Yeah.
And my cousin throws events and has like the old time guys come out, like Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Dude, those guys are beat
up. Yeah, they're beat up.
Yeah, they're showing their age, man.
Drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things on there. Is a lot of them are definitely hooked on a lot of different stuff.
For sure.
It's terrible, man. Like, I don't even know. There's it's hard to say which episode was my favorite because there was like so many crazy shits in those things.
Spoiler alert, Wayne.
What?
Spoiler alert.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying. I just said I couldn't tell you. But if you want to watch those, you can go on YouTube. They're all on YouTube. Look, type in Vice and Dark Side of the Ring, and they're like 30 minutes.
No, I was very close to becoming a professional thumb wrestler one time.
Oh, there you go.
So I can relate. I can relate, but I figured that would ruin my hand modeling career, so I had to let it go. It was, You
had to walk around with your gloves like George Costanza in that episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Or David Duchovny with the fucking glass thing in from Zoolander.
Yeah.
No, you broke it.
I want to get back to the music real quick. You said you've got about 10 songs in you're working on right now. Is it going to be a couple more than that on the upcoming album, or how are you thinking?
Well, after we finish these 10, we'll have actually written a total of 13 so far. So once
wow.
All demoed, I don't know. Like I said, because we're kind of in like a weird spot. Should we put out a full record? Because there's like certain things that happen nowadays in the goofball music industry where if you release a song and it's out for more than a month, then Spotify doesn't want to play it after it's been out, as far as like their playlists and all that bullshit.
Right.
So we're like, well, we got to figure out which songs we go to radio with, and should we do EPs? Should we sign an album deal? Should we just do singles? Because we have lots of tour offers coming, so it's going to kind of be like when we have all these songs demoed and we're happy with them, we'll play them to our management, we'll play them to a couple producers, and just kind of see like, all right, we want to record these ones, and then see how we want to do it. I mean, obviously, it's all up in the air and we're in no rush, obviously, because who the hell knows what's going to happen with the world, but
right.
We're just more interested right now in really just being happy with the songs we have. That's all I care about. Over the next 2 or 3 months, that's all I care about.
Hey, that's a great way of thinking about it. I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, my second question is now kind of moot because I was going to ask you, what you thought maybe a title might be for the new album, but
Well, I do have one idea, but we'll kind of get to that when we have the songs all. Like,
okay.
You know, when we have 8 or 9 or 10 or 12, whatever we have, and we listen to them and go, you know, this kind of sums it up. You know, sometimes it's a title track song, and sometimes it's not, and sometimes it's like Coma. And we didn't have a title, and our manager named it, and it means nothing. So,
well, it's you know, I'm just looking forward to it. That's all I know.
So am I.
Cool.
All the other stuff you guys have put out has been great.
Awesome, thank you.
You know, to think this one's going to be a step up in a heavier direction as well. I mean, I really don't get me wrong. I love the heavy stuff, but I really like it when you guys do very good. I mean, you guys do great at very hard ballads as well. If you don't mind me saying, I think that you guys do a great job of that. And it really, one thing with your music is you can really pull. You can feel the emotion in every instrument coming through. You can feel out of your lyrics are amazing. It's just I can see how like every album you guys put out just increases that fan base just ever so more. It's absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. You know what it is, and I think we're never ever, and Jabu and I have had this discussion, like, because we're like, what should we write? We are never ever ever going to be metal band. You know what I'm saying? And really delve into like crazy, you know, Lamb of God, hardcore riffs. That's just not what we do. Our music's always going to be like kind of in the box of trying to write more, hitting that like emotional tinge, like with a song like Turn Away. Like that's not the heaviest song ever written, but it is emotionally heavy, and it's weighted, and like it has a lot of reality to it, and that's what I'm talking about with the heaviness. Like there's a realness to what we're doing, and you know, because we can literally sit here and write, you know, super duper duper ridiculously heavy stuff just to be heavy, but that's not really what, you know, gets us off. It's more about finding those riffs that stands out, and yet I can convey something vocally that just really, you know, it makes you feel it. Like that's really what I want, and that's the kind of heavy that I'm interested in, you know, because, you know, I already believe that music has gotten as heavy as it's ever going to get. Like you can't get any heavier than some of the bands that are out there, but they're kind of pointless at a time. It gets pointless if there's no emotion behind it. And so
sometimes it just sounds like they're throwing pots and pans down the staircase at times.
Yeah, it's cool and all. You know, some bands, you know, they do it, and it's like, wow, that really, I feel that. And some bands, like, well, it's just you're just playing heavy. There's not any real thing to it. Where I've seen artists get up there with an acoustic guitar, and I'm completely moved, not because it's melodic and soft, but because it's so emotionally heavy. I'm going, damn, this motherfucker is really laying it down, and that to me is heavier than just going, blah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sometimes.
Sure.
So
I agree.
That's kind of where we'll always be. And I'll always, without a doubt, I always want to write the catchiest vocal line I can over the music. That's my goal always. I will never, ever, ever want to write, you know, I like hooks. So I'm never going to get away from that.
Hey, you do what makes you happy. That's what makes a good band.
If you can play for yourselves. And I've always said that is like when it's not fun to you, and when you're not enjoying yourself anymore, when it's basically it's time to leave.
Totally. And what's funny is we've had these band member switches, and I'm having more fun now when we tour because of just a more positive vibe for some reason. So, and that's it. You know, it's more fun. I'm having more fun, and that's amazing at you know, this stage in our life that we're having more fun on the road.
Well, no, that's good. That's a great thing, dude.
Yeah.
Well, last year, how long were you guys on the road? I mean, I know you did a lot.
So last year we did, the only tour we actually did in 2019 was the 6 weeks with Scott Stapp, because what happened was we toured in fall of 2018 on our own, and then we came home and literally the band that I had with me said, look, we don't want to take tours unless they're a certain caliber. We were getting offered all these tours, but they were smaller. And I kept saying, well, I think we need to do some small tours, and then some big tours and some small tours. And they were like, no, we only want to do the big tours. And I was like, well, it's probably not the best plan, but if that's what the majority wants to do, that's what we'll do. So we literally sat home for like 6 months last year and got our second single ready and did a video. And then we finally got a good tour, the Scott Stapp tour. And then the band that I had, 2 of the guys quit. After waiting for a tour, they quit. And they quit for fine reasons. We're still cool. There's no drama or anything. One's taking care of his kid. One is financial reasons. So we were like, okay. So now that they're out of the band, our opinion is that we're taking and we're going to do everything we get offered, because we're going to go out there and play and work it, because the big tours are being offered, the small tours are being offered, and that's what was happening. So we got this Sons of Texas tour that we just did. We got some festivals. Now they're all canceled. We got a bunch of tours lined up for this year, and we were just going to work while we wrote a new record. Obviously, because of Corona in the world, we're just writing a record. But now it's like, okay, we're out there to work. So we were out for 6 weeks last year, and it kind of was like, I was not stoked on it, but as a band, Sunflower Dead has always been pretty democratic, and we always ask people what they want to do. But now it's just pretty much me and Jim handling everything. So it's pretty much what we want to do.
Well, there you go.
That's fucking cool.
I'm looking forward to you guys not being able to go home for 2 years. You guys have to live on a bus.
That would be awesome. But you know what? Hopefully that will happen, and everyone will be healthy and all that shit, because this shit is crazy right now.
Dude.
What is like tour life for you guys? Is it put it all on stage, go back, and it's a quiet ride? Is it?
For this version of Sunflower Dead, it's pretty chill. It's pretty much drive, get to the venue early, do our thing, eat, rock out, sell the merch, talk to people, hang out, talk to as many people as possible. Load up, go to the hotel room, because we're doing it in a van right now, so we can get hotel rooms. It's easier. We're all clean. We sleep. Do it the next day. The first 2 albums, Sunflower Dead, was literally like being a Motley Crue. It was like catastrophe, fighting, drunk. Not me. I don't drink, but just a lot, getting kicked off tours, lots of problems, lots of just the makeup, all that shit. It just was the exact opposite thing that we're doing now. It was too over the top, and it was way uncontrollable. A lot of good times, but just too uncontrollable. But now it's just like, we do our business, and it's pretty cool, and we're having a good time, and it's positive. And that's the most important thing. It's positive now. It was so negative before, even though we were doing positive things, like internally, there was just so much like tension. And that's what happens when it's just a lot of partying.
Yeah, I think that's when I saw you guys, actually, when you guys were on your first tour out here.
Yeah, probably.
Because I'll never forget this, because I told you the story before. Like, I want to say it was you, or it was one of the other guys. I don't remember who it was. It was just standing next to me, and we were standing outside of the building watching this guy beat the shit out of another guy in the parking lot.
Holy shit. I don't know which it wasn't me, I don't think. I don't remember that.
Because we were just sitting there. We were just
in the band beating the shit out.
Yeah, was it?
No. It wasn't one of the guys in the band. It was this drunk dude and another guy arguing outside the business, and then we just sat there, and we were just like, this guy just punched the shit out of this other dude. We're like, wow, okay, this is happening. And we just sat there and watched them fight for a few minutes. They split up. The other guy knocked the other guy out on the ground.
You know what? Oh, no, that wasn't that.
Yeah, because I was thinking it for a second. Like, there is crazy times. Like, we're out. Where was a place where the guy broke the window? Jeannie was with us from All Remains.
That was in Connecticut.
Yeah, so we're outside. We just loaded up the van, the trailer, and so there's this, like, 400-pound dude. You can tell he's smashed, man. He's absolutely tanked. And he's doing this stagger, but like he's going to hit something. I'm like, my buddy was out of the van and was, we better hurry up and move the van. And you could just see him in slow motion fall about 12 feet right into the window of the van and smash it. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And it was the most expensive window, too.
Yeah, right. Of course it was.
Everywhere. It was like a $500 window. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, but you know what? That was somebody else doing something. What was worse was the shit that you all were doing to each other.
Oh, yeah, we don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, that's the real shit. Like, if there's video on that, people are like, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah, we were known for waking up at the same venue the next day in the RV going, oh, my God, we got to be
like,
show
like we would... finish the show, and all the bands would leave to drive to the next venue at 2 a.m. And Sunflower Dead was leaving to drive to the next venue at 2 p.m. the next day.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
It was like, and I would wake up and go, where are we at? And they'd be like, we're in the parking lot of the venue. I'd be like, great. Wait, this is the venue we played last night. They're like, yeah, we never left. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, they're still drunk. I was like, okay. You know, it was, I mean, a lot of it was funny, and it was fun in games, and luckily nobody got hurt. But a lot of it caused a lot of problems that are, you know, when you're not making people a lot of money, people don't like your problem.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, so
that's true.
It was a lot of drama, but yeah, we're kind of beyond that. It's pretty cool because touring for us is just, it's everything about being on stage and kicking ass.
Well, that's what it needs to be, and you guys do it well for sure.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just wondering why did you, the big fat guy that broke the window, did you just go to him and did you take the money out of his wallet? Did you say, give me a fucking wallet?
The cops were there, weren't they?
Well, yeah, and it took like 6 cops to get this guy down. Like, he was
jeez.
And so I filled out a report, and literally like 2 years later, I got a check in the mail.
Yeah.
And it was like a court decision. The guy paid for my window, but it was out of the blue. Like 2 years later, I got a check in the mail with a Connecticut decision. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, right. Well, now we can buy more shit to sell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it was that was. I remember they were like, "Hey, some dude just broke our window." I was like, "What?" So I walked outside and I saw the dude on the ground, and I guess the cops saw the look in my eyes because I just wanted to beat someone's face in, and the cops grabbed me. They're like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." I still had the makeup on and shit. They're like, "You got to go inside." They're like, "You're gonna." They walked me back inside, and I was like, "Well, I'm just looking." They're like, "Nope, nope, nope."
I'm just looking. Inside. I'm just looking to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
Which is weird. I hear this come from you because you seem like such a very low key, kind of even tempered dude.
I am though. I'm really low key and honestly, extremely nonviolent. But I guess I was, you know, that was the problem with the way we toured before. It was so crazy that it made you crazy. Ugh.
Yeah, man. Like I said,
look,
dude,
he's getting angry just talking about it.
I know, seriously, I will. I'll get all pissed off. Like,
and this is the crazy thing, Zuzek. I remember that thing, you know, pretty vividly, and I remember standing next to whoever it was, and he was like, "Hey, man, you want some stickers?" And we just sit there talking, and he's I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'll take some stickers, sure." You know,
that sounds about right.
And I still have, to this day, I'll send you a picture of it. It's on I have a door that's full of stickers. And I still have it. It's right there on my door. Sunflower Dead, a big one. That's on my.
That's fucking amazing.
And that's quite a long time ago, man. Because that venue.
Yeah, where are you from again?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay, so you had to see us at that place. It was like a hangar.
That's
right?
Exactly what it was. That's exactly where it was.
And I think we played there twice on our first album.
Yep, and I was
once
there.
Once with Head and once with El Nino. Okay,
It was with the
back behind the place that there was a fight.
No, it was right in the front door.
Right in the front door. Yeah, it was probably Jamie or Latch at that time.
Because
like, oh my God, have a sticker.
You guys played with Head PE.
Yeah, with Head PE. Okay, yep, I remember.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and
crackheads riding around.
Yeah, that place was wow.
Wait. You want to hear the best about that place?
Yeah.
The guy who owned it ended up from I don't know the whole aspect behind it, but people are saying that he set the building on fire because he couldn't pay for something, and then he ended up killing himself.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like that was like a big crazy shit that went on with that place.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a shame. But I had heard it burned down, but wow, that's crazy.
Yep, that's the story, man. And I was like, man, that's fucked up.
That is fucked up. Damn.
They had some hookers in the back.
Yeah.
Oh man, they had so much shit at that place. It was ridiculous.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Oh, it was it was something. Yeah. It's like herpes, meth, and Tiger King.
Herpes, meth, and Tiger King.
Yep, herpes, meth, and Tiger. That's where Tiger King came from.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
That's where he got his first husband.
Made him Tiger King.
Yeah, that's where he got his first husband.
There you go.
Oh man, yeah, but it was I enjoyed the fuck out of the show, man. I went the first thing right when you guys got off. The first thing I did was go talk to y'all because I was like, awesome. You guys were awesome,
Thanks. That's awesome.
And been a fan ever since. So
cool. That's really cool. Yeah, it was we still had a really good time, performing, with the makeup and all that stuff, and it was good. Those tours were fun, in that regard, but in other regards, not so much. But
right.
The heavy tours were generally cool. Like we only, got in fights with each other every 3 hours as opposed to every 30 minutes. So
well, that's good.
Cool.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. No.
But you did mention you got some new guys you're playing with, and you also kind of alluded to saying it's like playing with, you've got that freshness again. It's like a whole new thing. You're excited about playing, so that's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool when that happens.
I think we're just so focused on the music and playing and performing that we're just so dialed into that, and I really enjoy that, because to me it's more of an art that way. It's not just a show, and I think that was the problem I was starting to have with when we were wearing the makeup. It was becoming so much the show that I don't feel that the music and the skill was being recognized. So I was like, maybe we should, we're just going to do a 180, because I don't, you can get, the way I look at it is when you wear makeups, masks, costumes, it either works over the top so well, like a band like Slipknot, where it's perfect, or it doesn't work at all. There's no middle ground. Like, there's a band like War that's made a career off it, and they're amazing because it's worked great for them. But then there's bands that just haven't really done anything besides have the look. They don't even have the music. They just have the look. And so it's either like I said, either works amazingly or it doesn't. And I felt we were starting to get lumped into we're not going to be able to get over this hill because of the way we looked. And I was like, what we have to offer is more than that. Even though I loved it, it's still more than that.
I agree. Well, I agree 100%, man.
Well, I think this. You mentioned bringing a classic aspect of your sound back into these new songs. Didn't you mention about bringing in the accordion back and throwing in some keys as well?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
That's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, the stuff we wrote is really cool with it, and I mean, on the last record there was no piano and no accordion purposefully. I wasn't in agreement, but like I said, we were all, we're always very, very democratic, so that's the way we went. I love the record though. I love Coma. I think it's the shit. But I'm happy to now, bring those things back, because we didn't stop doing it live. We just didn't have it on the record. And what happened was when we went down to one guitar player, I started taking some of the guitar parts on the record of Coma and playing it on the accordion live. So that's
cool.
how we were able to keep it going and make it make sense and perform some of those songs without two guitar players.
Oh, that actually works. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was awesome. Cool.
That was very
now is any of those two things, the accordion or the keys, going to play in a factor in, say, maybe this possible cover song you're going to be doing as well?
Not the piano. I mean, maybe the accordion. The problem is like when we did
so Elton
Breath
John's
Take,
out.
When we did Every Breath You Take, everybody said, you guys should put the accordion in it. And I was like, I know it would have sounded fine because there's keyboards in it, but I was like,
sure.
I didn't want to be the band that put the accordion in Every Breath You Take. You know what I'm saying? It's
right,
like,
yeah.
I didn't want to be that guy, because that song is so amazing. But, it could work in the song we're doing. It's not a bad idea. I've actually thought about it. It might happen. We'll see. It just comes down to, when I have all the foundation down, if we really feel it's going to make the song pop. If it does, I'm cool with it.
I think Paradise by the Dashboard Light would be a good choice for that, don't you?
Yeah, it would be wonderful. Yeah, it'd be a wonderful song for us to do.
Rum, you're a dick.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna look, dude. We're really looking forward to this new record, man. I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are safe. I'm glad everything is cool with y'all.
Staying clean, COVID free.
Yeah.
Doing our best to, yeah.
I know you're not.
Either that or we had it and we're immune to it. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Supposedly, if you get it, and once you get it, you're good. So.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Who knows what the fuck that? Yeah. They don't even know what it is yet. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, dude, like I said, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. It was really fun having you back.
Awesome. I appreciate coming on the show, and then you got a little Jaboo time too.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. Got the diva on finally. Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was drying my hair.
Well, dude, y'all be safe, and like I said,
Cool.
you definitely, you're always welcome on here, man. You guys come up with something you want to come on and bullshit with us, or if you're just fucking bored and you want to come hang out, dude, you're always welcome.
Awesome, I appreciate that, guys. Great talking to you, and stay safe, and follow the rules.
We will, man. We will. All right, guys. Well, I was your host, Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And he was Michael Del Pizzo from the band Sunflower Dead. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to keep it metal!
Rum tapping the blame and 9 minutes bringing pain. MHOG secreting, leaving Spain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane. Fuck yeah!
Okay then. That's it.
Get the fuck